She said to me, "Looks like you enjoyed your day off on July 4th." I said, "As a matter of fact, I did. I hope you enjoyed Independence Day too." She said, "I loved the first one, but without Will Smith, the second one sucked." Oh my God. But I wanted to get down to the nitty gritty. I wanted to realize, because I want to know why I do things. I want to know why people do things. If you don't have an answer of why you're doing them, maybe you shouldn't be doing them. It led me to ask, what is Independence Day? What are we truly celebrating? So I want to buff up my knowledge a little bit, learn about this 4th of July. Okay? Now I'm going to give it to you in layman's terms. Okay? I'm not going to be very technical with it. But if you can just base it down to the nitty gritty. Why we celebrate 4th of July? Anytime you start asking questions, if someone doesn't have the answers themselves, you may be in for a rude awakening, a shocking rebuttal. Yeah, he hates America. Anytime you're talking about religion or politics, some people get extremely emotional. When people get emotional, they stop thinking logically and reasonably. They don't have any answers or real rebuttals that are based on facts and ideas and real substance. I must have partied way too hard on July 4th, because I'm now making up words. It's substance, not substance. Their minds check out, they get enraged, and they're just going to lash out at whoever's not agreeing with the way that they feel their point of view totally and 100%. And people can get behind that. They're like, yeah, he hates America. And if they don't have anything to back up their point of view, and they see that you're winning or swaying them in the argument, they'll change it to something else. And what's the best way of shaming or changing the tide of the argument right now, or the narrative? Their favorite form of shaming right now is calling into question your patriotism. Yeah, he hates America. You say anything that they don't like, you talk about the flag, anything that has to do with government, even though that's what our government is based on. People not agreeing with the government, breaking away and making changes to hopefully make it better. If you do any of that these days, people get really upset, and since everyone has freedom of speech and freedom of idea and thought, they can't win an argument like that. Yeah, he hates America. They gotta say, oh, you hate America and all this other stuff. Or, no, I don't think anyone really hates America. I'm pretty sure Americans don't hate America. It's most of those other countries that hate America. No one wants to go to a third world country or anything like that. Take this with a grain of salt. Okay. Good old 1776, July 4th. Declaration of Independence was conceived. Actually, it was conceived a couple days before, but that's besides the point. That's neither here nor there. We generally accept it as July 4th, and that's great. And you say, what's the reason why? Just a little history. A few years before that, I'll get into this as quickly as I can because history's kind of boring, and I'm trying to put out good content here. I'm trying to put out real good content, but it's hard to make this entertaining. I call this, I heard somebody else call it, it's edutainment. Trying to get a little education and entertainment at the same time. Edutainment. That's what I try to provide here. But a few years before 1776, there was a war. It's called the 7 Years' War, but we call it the French and Indian War. Okay, because France, Spain, and the British Empire were fighting. They were fighting. Why were they fighting? They were fighting because I guess the British Empire believed that France was getting too greedy. I guess if that's a thing, they were getting too greedy because, like I said, the new world had been discovered. Greed took over. That's what this is all about. They came over, they saw some new land, they saw a group of indigenous people, the natives. They saw that they could flim-flam and fight and overpower them with their technology. Not to mention their lies and disease. And they were all coming over and they were trying to, it was a land grab. It was like a shopping spree. Just throw it in the bag. They were trying to get as much land as they could and claim it for their native country. And British Empire said, whoa, slow your roll, you get a little greedy. Y'all been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, everybody's trying to get it, free land. In the meantime, they're committing mass genocide to the native people who actually own the land. The Native Americans. Yeah, they actually own the land. But that's neither here nor there. We're just gonna move on from that right now. Only problem is that war cost the British Empire a lot of money. A lot of money. Everything always comes down to money. It's about greed, man. It's about greed. Don't let them tell you any differently. They say, hey man, who's gonna pay for this? We might as well go ahead and charge you to the game. They said, well, since it was fought in America on American soil, we'll just make the colonists pay for it. How are we gonna make them pay for it, boss? Taxes. They fought for the rights to not pay taxes, Wesley Snipes. Just not for you, though. So they levied a bunch of taxes against them. These people in the colonies were like, yo, what are you doing? We're just trying to make it over here, man. We didn't tell you to go to war and do all that other stuff, and we're not trying to pay for your greed. They said, hey, you're gonna pay for these taxes. And the Americans that were over there, they weren't appreciating that. They didn't like that. And since it's more of a royal government, not like the democracy that we have here, it's a royal government, they really didn't have any say as to these taxes that were being levied against them. They just had to suck it up and take it. Take it up the tailpipe! They said, hey, you got to do what we tell you because we make the rules, and that's just pretty much it. You're citizens of our government and our land and our nation. You got to follow our rules. And they didn't feel like taking it, so they came up with all kinds of taxes, everything, illegal documents, tea, and all this other nonsense. So after a while, they got tired of that. They rebelled, and they said, hey man, no taxation without representation. You're not gonna take this money out of my pocket. Get your hands out of my pocket. If I don't have somebody over there representing me to say, hey, maybe you should take this money out of my pocket. Maybe we can find another way. And they said, oh, no, you're going to do what we told you. They decided to go and declare their independence and say, hey, we're a new nation. We're not under your rule anymore. And so they moved on. British Empire said, hey, we're not feeling that. So they said, what are you going to do about it? Have another tea party? What are you going to do about it? Come see me on Plymouth Rock. So they came over and had the Revolutionary War. Luckily for us, we won, we came out victorious. They went back over there and they recognized our independence. So what do we celebrate now? Basically, if you want to get down to it, feel free to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. We really and truly appreciate it. Leave all your interesting comments right down below, especially the ones where you disagree with everything that I just said. And then subscribe so you don't miss any of the newest and latest views.